Bro, remember, I'm Mighty Stocks, not Mighty Scalper. Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, it's just on YouTube.
Traders, good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. Today we have another, well, not another, but our main man here, Mighty Stocks, Marcelo, guys. Today
Hey,
is gonna
everybody.
be another beautiful day. Right now, we're gonna work on a watch list. We're gonna try and get a couple of things going here, and get ready for the open. It's the 10th. It's Friday. Coming into Friday, the goal, of course, will be to just have a small green day, head into the weekend, feel pretty good about ourselves, and so we're gonna take it easy. The overall market is down a bit today. Um, I'm gonna take a look through the Momo scans and start to organize a watch list here.
Yeah, you said it best there, man, especially in the type of market we've been in the last couple of days. The day today is gonna be to get green to get the hell out because, man, this week, I don't know for you, but it has been so hard for me to retain my gains. I've managed to find some profit in a couple setups, but either I'm giving profits back or I'm just having small scratch days. It's just been a tricky market. And on top of that, we have such a slow gap scanner today. Like, I don't know. If we get greeny, we gotta be grateful.
Yeah, I agree. And so I'm going down on the Momo scans here, and I see PALT, man, up 25%. I did take a look at this one earlier. And shout out to Beginner Trading, by the way. He also mentioned this one to me. So big shout out to our guy, John. PALT, man. Let's take a closer look and see what this one is talking about. So once again, 26% gap, right? 6.2 million shares of volume. The good news is that the float is on the lighter side. And when we take a look at the daily chart here, I'll pull it over on the right hand side of the screen. Uh, we are coming into the 200 EMA, which could be resistance. So
On, on PALAT?
yeah, what are you getting as 200?
For the 200, I got 287. And honestly, it kind of looks like you're already rejected from that level, even though it didn't came to the penny. I feel like bulls are afraid of that zone, so maybe that's why it's fading already off of pre-market. But that's good. That means that if this is the one, the meat of the move hasn't happened yet, then we can see something at the open.
Yes, I agree. So, we'll keep a close eye on that 287 level. We got pre-market highs at 279, and right now it's currently back down a bit. So, you know, uh, the daily chart, unless it breaks over this level, there's not really much here, I would say. But if it does clear 287, room to 389, which looks pretty interesting, and then 410. So it could open up if it gets past that level.
Yep, I agree. What else do we have cooking today? Is there something else looking interesting? Or don't tell me again it's gonna be the same continuation names we've been trading for forever.
Yeah, man, you already know it. Redbox, HUSA, AERC. We'll have to take a look at those because Other than PALT. I mean, there's some other stocks, but they're a little cheaper. Yesterday we had, I believe it was PBTS that made a move. I can double check the name of that stock that made a move that was a little cheaper. Let me see here quickly. Yeah, PBTS was at 50 cents, made its way all the way to 150, but was a high float. So BIMI, which I do know of this stock here, it's currently at 69 cents. We could take a look at that one, and if it gets up to like 95 cents, maybe break of one, there probably could be something there, but I don't want to get my hopes up for that.
Yeah, what I do for the sub dollar stocks is that I just set an alarm around 95 cents and then I just forget about them. If the alarm rings, I just get ready for the break of one. And if it doesn't ring, it doesn't ring because I don't like sub $1 stocks.
Yeah, same. So for those of you tuning in on YouTube, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Right now, once again, we got Mighty Stocks, right? Mighty Marcelo here on the channel. Darnell, what's going on, man? I see you. Steve, Jones, BK, North, man. Welcome back. I believe it's been a few days. Good to see you back in the stream. Cham Z, and Stefan, guys, hit that thumbs up button. So far, a bit of a slower start to the day in terms of what we're seeing pre-market, but still making a watch list, still going through, still looking to map out some trend lines in case we do see some opportunities. We'll be ready to go.
Another one that may be in play for continuation is DVBT. DBVT. This one was moving power hour yesterday, and it looks like it's kind of holding up level. So, if we don't have anything else, this thing might give a move.
Yeah, I saw this one. I saw that one yesterday, but it kind of reminded me of ALT because it pops up sometimes and then it gives these big red candles. Like if we look back here on the well, let me move the daily chart out of the way so you guys can see. If we look back here on the 1 minute chart, yesterday you guys will see some big green candles came out of nowhere. It pushed up to 337 and then bearish engulfing to then curl all the way back up and then again, around like 3 p.m. yesterday market time. So this one here is a little crazy.
Yeah, I agree, but that may also speak to the volume power hour. Maybe with morning volume, it might be less choppy. But yeah, you're right. Gotta be careful for that.
By the way, guys, let me know if there's an echo at times. If there's an echo at times, I can work on that. Make sure to mute. I'll have to use moving forward. I realized today we're kind of talking about it. I'll have to use headsets to make sure that my audio feedback does not come back into the mic. That way, I don't have to use push to talk.
Yep, yep,
So,
yep. If
so
anybody out there you seeing any other any other stocks you want to call out, to feel free to call them out in the chat there because, man, I think we already went to all the possible stocks here today. So slow.
yeah, and AUVI maybe could be another one, but it does have a lot of work to do. It might be pulling back a little too much. It will have to hold 230, I believe, but it's pulling back a good amount. It'll need to get back up above 282 and then, of course, break of three. But right now, it might not be any good.
Yeah. At least the daily chart on RDBX is not looking terrible for a first daily candle to make a new high. If that happened, we could have like the second pullback holding up. And maybe room all the way to 14.
Yep.
Having said that, though, RDBX needs to be the obvious main one today because trying to trade it as a size stock is getting kind of tricky because volume and the spreads are just huge and volume is low. Even though it continues to go higher and higher, it's hard to scalp it. Maybe for the long hold, it's easier, but for me, it's been kind of tricky in the last couple of days.
Yeah. So, guys, it's 9:04 a.m. Let's make sure to take the time to plan accordingly, right? So, for me, I'll be watching four stocks, right? The way how things are going right now, I have this other monitor up here with three stocks on it. And so I believe that, setting share size early, like having everything in place early is a good thing to do. So I'm gonna look at Redbox, right? RDBX. I'm gonna look at PALT. I'm gonna look at DBVT, and I'm gonna see, okay, what share size do I want to use on each stock? What kind of a market are we in terms of the overall temperature of the market sentiment, right? I want to put all those into factor. I've been starting the days off on the red side of things recently, so I also want to think about that. And hey, do I want to start with smaller size and then maybe get a little bit more aggressive if we see opportunities later in the day? And that's what I'm leaning to. So I'm going to start off very slow, 500 shares, and then once we see something with some more potential and obvious strength, from that moment I can size up a little bit, try and get green and get out, right?
I agree. That's definitely going to be the game plan for me, especially right now. There's not an obvious stock yet. I'm gonna let the market open, choppiness get out of the way, and once I see something with strength, if we are lucky enough to see something with strength, that's the only time I will get aggressive. But for now, I think that's the key. Even if our fingers are itchy to trade, we need to stay calm. We need to sit tight. We need to wait for those equality setups to come, and only then we can get aggressive. But for me, yeah, no trades in the first couple minutes for sure.
Yeah. And PALT is, once again, still having a hard time.
But what is also ALT? It's another chart, another similar looking chart to DBVT. It gave a little bit of a move power hour and it's here holding pre-market. So, just given that we don't have anything else, I'm just gonna keep it on a continuation watch list and maybe it can do something.
Yeah. I wonder if AERC will give a bit of a bounce, but it was such a bad sell off yesterday, man. Crazy.
Yeah, especially after that hold power hour, it was tricky. But you know what? Now that you mentioned it, I think it actually might give something because, well, I was gonna say that we were at support, but we actually just underneath support. Support on the daily level is 913, and then we have room all the way down to 578. So, but in any case, if it starts curling, I definitely see some shorts covering if they swing it overnight and they see that the stock is not as low as they wanted it. So, yeah, definitely a good to, a good one to keep an eye on for the open, especially over 10. But, yep.
Slow and steady is going to help us to win the race today, man. Slow and steady, slow and steady. But I would say, although, and even for me, I've given back profits off the top these last couple of days, but I feel like it's been a little bit more active ever since AERC gave that big move. So I'm hoping that we do have some sort of surprise momentum, whether it's a halt up or a something to just hit the scans, the stream. It could be anything, right? As long as we see something, I think that'll be sufficient enough for us to be able to at least get a few opportunities, get in, get green, and get right back out.
Talking about scans, here in the gap scanner, it looks like we have another 25% gapper. COGT has breaking news. COGT announces positive initial clinical data from ongoing phase 2 Apex trial. Um, it has news. There's not volume, not a lot of volume here pre-market, but I guess if volume comes in, we can keep an eye on this one too. COGT.
Yeah, and I'll post the watch list here to the stream and to the Discord as well. I see Will in the Discord mentioning CYRN. Let's see. I'll take a look at that one too.
QRN. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, for continuation, another continuation stock. There's not a lot of fresh news today.
I'll add it to my list and just keep it as one in case if it does start to move, I'll watch it.
Maybe back to 90. These are the type of days that I ask myself, are there traders out there that just come here, sit down, see the gap scanner, and they immediately leave? They don't even bother. Or do you think most traders are still sitting in trying to find opportunities today?
I there's definitely people without a doubt who will sit, come, and then leave. But I think it depends though on the type of trader. Those who will trade that longer duration, maybe go till to the, let's say, lunch hour or the close. They'll say, hey, it's too early. Let me stick around a bit. But if you're just trading that first 20 minutes, that first hour, if you're on vacation, or like, we look at a guy like Ross, you're on vacation and it's looking this slow. Maybe today is that day where you say, yeah, let me not push it and just walk away now.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you're in Martha's Vineyard.
Guys, being that it's winding down, I guess, it's kind of funny. And you guys know how much I admire Ross. I'll be in Mexico on the 16th to the 20th, so for 4 days, and I do plan on trading. So I'll have my brothers traveling trading setup with me, and we'll see how it goes. I'll be using very small size, and of course, the internet has to be decent. It has to be good. If the Wi-Fi is not good, I wouldn't even dare to try it. But we'll see. Day one of Mexico, we'll have guys like Marcelo laughing at me. So we'll see. We'll see
The
how it
Mexico
goes.
challenge. Yeah. I mean, honestly, what he's doing right now in vacation is the best way to trade, to get green, get discipline. If nothing's looking good, there's no reason why to force trades. So maybe you can start your own challenge over there in Mexico and just trade the best, leave the rest, get green and get out and enjoy the beach.
Yes, sir, man. That'll be the plan. Just a quick 20 minutes, 40 minutes, get out of there, and then, enjoy the rest of the day.
Yep. In the meantime, don't worry, I'll make sure I overtrade for you. I'm gonna trade my trade and your trade.
Yeah, man, I gotta hold it down. And it's funny because I was talking to Steve, and Steve was telling me, you know, imagine the goal is to be a little green. That way, it's like, hey, is it possible to pay for the entire vacation on the vacation? Which, if there happens to be a really hot morning, that could definitely happen. But, we'll be slow and steady. And Steve mentioned, hey, the goal is to not be big in the red because imagine you're on this vacation where you're kind of spending money and then you create a deficit, right? Also, you don't want a big red day. It'll affect you mentally, maybe emotionally, and we know we don't want to be going around with that baggage on us. Because for me, the red days have a baggage for at least 3 hours, where it's like I feel like if we want to use the word an idiot, and then after 3 hours, it's like, oh well, okay, I'm over it now. Let's get started with this day.
Yeah. You have a red day, you're gonna go out there in the beach, have a margarita, and then be like, yeah, I guess life is not that bad after all, and you'll be fine.
We probably will have some more videos on those emotional that psychology, because the red like it doesn't, you guys will see if I'm red, it doesn't really bother me, but it's like at the same time you can't help but feel like you could have done better. And I think that's the part that really gets me. It's like, man, we had the opportunities. I'm not where I needed to be. I need to improve.
You know what we need to see every
It looks like Marcelo might be disconnecting there. His Wi-Fi might be having some issues. I believe Marcelo is trading from a college campus, if I'm not mistaken. But guys, by the way, I'm gonna post the watch list right now. I'm not sure if he knows yet, but he'll know eventually. Yeah. Is he back? Some technical difficulties. And let's see. COGT in red box. So I'll have a longer watch list today because I'm not sure which stock is going to be the one. So I'll have a longer list, kind of rotate through, and then when we have that main stock take over, that's where I'm going to turn my attention. So, and it's part of the reason why I'm starting off with small size. RDBX is pushing up at 10, so I'll keep my share sizing down until it makes a move. Likewise for DBVT, likewise with AUVI, Not looking to be aggressive to start this day until we see something really strong. COGT, same story. So let me post the list over here into the YouTube stream. In fact, let me end the call as well. I'll probably try and call back, see if that works a little bit better. Yeah, Marcelo. You guys like the Discord sound there? That music, that chime? Yeah, man. Looks like you might. It looks like you might be having some connection issues, man. Hopefully, it's not gonna mess you up for the open, though. I hope. But anyhow, COGT. Watching it, this one, the 200 EMA is at 707. Let me make sure to map that out. 709 rather in this range here. Technical difficulties here. The mighty scalper. Steve, man, Steve.
Nice stocks.
Mighty stocks, mighty stocks.
Bro, I'm back. Can you see me?
Yeah, well, I can hear you, but it's the video is kind of like loading. It's giving that loading icon, buffering.
I think that's your video. Turn your camera off on the Discord.
Yeah, but your camera should. I'll try that, but your camera should still be good. Um, yeah, it's like I think as I mean the audio only is fine too, as long as they can hear it. I think that should be good too.
Okay, good. Yeah, man, it's looking like a solid day. Definitely gotta play defense today. It's gonna be tricky. No trades for me in the first couple of minutes until the obvious one shows itself. I don't think it's worth it forcing trade somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's currently 9:17 a.m. market time, guys. How are you guys feeling today? Checking in on the YouTube stream. Thomas, what's going on? Peter, what's up? Sammy, how's it going, guys? Bradley, and also I can't forget to post Marcelo's link here, Mighty Stocks. We can't forget to post the link for his channel, so you guys can head on over there, check him out, and make sure to let him know Relentless Trader sent you guys, man. Let's get those subscribers up to 300. That is the goal.
You know, another thing we can do about today being so slow is that we can use this as an opportunity to be more disciplined and to trade less. Because for me, knowing that I have free commissions, I just give an excuse to myself to trade everything, to give a stabs to absolutely everything. And if it doesn't work, I just get back out flat because I have free commissions. But today, we have to treat it like, we have to be more patient and more selective with with the trades we take. So, it's a good exercise to do here on Friday.
Yeah, we're getting a question in there from Thomas. Yeah, Thomas, Marcelo also does micro scalping in and out within seconds. So if you guys want to see a different approach, and I say different approach because despite us trading very similar, there's also going to be a lot of like differences in our trading style. So you guys can check them out. Make sure to subscribe, leave a thumbs up.
Yeah, I learned how to trade from RT and from Ross, so my style is very similar to those guys. Scalping, small cap momentum, 5-day breaks, 1 minute pullbacks, all that. And I'm also using Thinkorswim.
Pretty soon we're gonna have to bring Steve on the channel. Let me see if the video's on. Pretty soon I'll have to bring Steve on the channel, man. Steve, the moderator here in the Discord, is always on my case, trying to make sure that I'm doing my best work, man. I think it'll be a good video to have in terms of like constructive criticism, things to work on, things to look out for. Because whenever I take a poor trade, man, Steve makes sure to let me know, hey RT, what are you doing?
The RT was lacking. What's happening?
Yeah, COGT moving on up. It's at 669 for highs, and we'll see what it continues to do here.
COGT, I don't know. the only stuff we have is breaking news, but the volume, man, it's just not enough, not there yet. 200 SMA is just right there at 709. So, I mean, if we break over the 200 SMA and hold, we have room till 9. But before that, it's just gonna be a chop fest.
I'm also not sure which one to watch into the open, so I'll be rotating through, and we'll see from there which one is the best one.
I think, sadly, might be this one, COGT. What's the float on this? I have 45 million shares outstanding. Do you have the float?
Yeah, I'll double check here. 32 million in the float, so the float is not on our side today.
Yeah. Before I leave here, I'm gonna give everybody a little bit of a tour of my sticky notes. It may be a little bit helpful here today in such a slow day. All right, sticky number one. Don't burn yourself in the first 30 minutes. Momo has been coming until the first hour, so don't burn yourself. Don't hit my claws. Reserve your mental capital and be ready to trade if something does come. That's sticky number one. Sticky number two. Be grateful of your green. Take it one trade at a time. On a slow market, you may even be better off reducing size once you're green. Because what I've been doing lately is I've been increasing size once I'm green to try and get more aggressive and try to use my cushion to see bigger gains. But today I think the name of the game might be the opposite. If we do get green, it might be better to reduce size to protect those gains. Let's see what else. Sticky number three, take the best, leave the rest, save mental capital, wait something to break high of day, and hold so that you can see which is the one. And that's it. You have any stickies up in your monitors there that you want to read out loud?
What I'll say is that I would say the usual, right? Which is, guys, don't forget yesterday, right? The days before, the things that you've marked down, things that you've recognized, things that you've noticed in your studies, right? Your recaps, whatever it might be, that, hey, I want to make an improvement on this, right? Whatever that might be. So today that we're coming in, today is a brand new day. Today is a chance at improving on those things, right? So follow your game plan, right? Follow your game plan. Right now, we have to remember that we're very, very rational thinkers, right? When the open comes, and it's why we'll put things in place. When the open comes, something might start to look good right away, and we can get tunnel vision, right? That's why we'll have those precautionary measures in place. For example, for me, small size, right? If something does look really good and it kind of gets me off my game and I forget things in a slower market, or we're still in a slower market on that macro level, right? I'm in with small size. If the trade does fail, I protect myself. So make sure those small things you apply, you make that change, that positive change, and apply it to today's trading. So, AKA, let that discipline compound, right? It's so underrated, and I don't feel like enough people will say that, right? Each day we got a new chance. It's like a new beginning and a stepping stone to become a little bit better. Also, make sure to manage risk to the best of your ability. For me, you guys will see throughout the day on different stocks, I'll be adjusting share size. I'll be looking to ease off if a move is not happening. Like, I have this rule where if I'm giving a setup a few stabs and it's not going, I just wait for the stock to break out and hold the level. Like, those are small things that I do to try to protect myself. Selling shares into halts, all those small things will help to result into a green day at the end of the session. Right, so keep that in mind as we are moving forward.
RT, can you do me a quick favor? Can you bump up the COGT level 2? I wanna see something, but for some reason My E-Trade level 2 is acting kind of weird. My ask is below the bid. Do you have your E-Trade level 2 up?
Uh, yeah, I'll pull it up as well. Let's see. Oh, well, hold on. I'll have to pop this out.
Just quickly, just you can put it down after.
You want to see, you want to see both of them side by side?
No, 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 both of them side by side, just the E-Trade one.
Oh yeah, it looks a little crazy.
Do you see that? Look at the ask. I was doing there at 34. And and soon I might be doing the upgrade just like you and Das.
Yeah, E-Trade definitely has issues, we can say.
All right, bro, but the bell is coming in here in 3 minutes. I'll let you go, and I'll check back on the Discord. Take it easy, everybody. Good luck today. Get dialed.
All right, copy, man. Take it easy. Green Day, guys. Green Day. Right now, we're looking forward to being green today. It's another beautiful day, man. Um, and by the way, did I post the? Yeah, I did. I did post the watches. Yeah, it's another beautiful day today. You guys know positive energy from me always, man. There's not gonna be a day where I come in here and I'm, not feeling good, not feeling green, right? Mentally, I feel green. I feel ready. I had a good night's rest. The only thing is that I forgot to bring some more water up here. But besides that, we're good to go. KT, I definitely will be looking forward to being careful. Crescent Moon, what's going on? What's up? Alan Hart, what's up? Tony, Chase, what's going on, guys? KB, yo, KB, what's up, man? It's 9:27 a.m. And it's gonna be another good day. As long as I come in here and I manage my risk, I follow those rules that I have for myself. I look to execute towards my game plan. It'll be a good day. So if you are a beginner trader and today's your very first day going live, there's nothing to be nervous about, right? Remember, you've been practicing, you've been studying, you've been, working for a long time, right? And so it's all about applying what you've been doing, right? It's all about applying what you've been doing. And so it's like, even if you look at it like taking an exam as a 2-minute warning, hold on. The only time you feel nervous when you take an exam is if you're not prepared. If you study well, if you go over your notes, and you're coming, because the exam is what you've been doing all along, right? If you know what you're doing, there's no worries. And likewise for the traders who've been trading for a really long time. And I'm saying all of this under the assumption that we've been putting in the work, we've been putting in the time, and that no one is just jumping into the market head on without knowing what they're doing. Because of course that is incredibly risky, and this would be a good place to insert a disclaimer, right? And I'll say, guys, trading is risky, right? Day trading is hard. It's not easy. It never was. It never will be. And so know that most beginner traders do lose money, and my results are not the typical results of the typical result, right? The typical experience of a trader. So keep that in mind. Even experienced traders will lose money. So we gotta manage risk very carefully and be and take it slow, right? So yeah. Anyhow, it's a good day. I feel good. Twin, what's going on? And yes, I did watch a video, or let's say or two, and it doesn't seem bad. It doesn't seem bad. So I'll be waiting around, and I'll look forward to the future conversations if the opportunities do present themselves. And I guess Ross might be finished because we're getting a huge volume spike here and people coming in. Guys, hit that thumbs up button. We're at 343 people. Hit that thumbs up button. I'll join the Discord here now and get ready to rock and roll. Actually, there we go. Let me disconnect from that conversation. Yeah, I disconnected, Marcelo. I disconnected, man. Pretty sure that's what you're about to say. Yeah, I disconnected. I didn't realize, but we should be good. All right, guys. Trade smart, trade setups. Yes, sir. Audio in the Discord for no lag. I'm watching RDBX to start. COGT. Yeah, I mean it looks decent here, right? Can we get a break of 672? 75 for the high, but not quite the gap and go. 76. Over 80. Is it worth a shot? But it's back down again, so a little choppy there. RDBX. Hey, big shout out to Momo Pro, man. Right now the scans are bussing, man. The scans are looking pretty good. We'll have an update video coming out soon. So I'll be watching RDBX here for a potential break of 10. Let's see if there is a small opportunity in here if we get the volume spike over high of day. I don't want to see it over 10.05 and then up to those pre-market highs around, well, the pre-market highs we do have around 10.05. Yesterday's key levels, 10.70, and then 10, what's that, 10, excuse me, 10.25, and then 10.54, there we go. DBVT not looking so good. AUVI not looking so good either. Well, I mean, okay, let me adjust my charting here. One sec. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Yeah, AUVI is curling up a little bit. PALT is a little, choppy at the moment. We had that bear flag. It's still pulling back. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, today I'm going to set the most aggressive like goal ever, right? Right now, at this very moment, there's 372 people watching. Can we see 300 likes? Is that possible? Can we see 300 likes by the end of this stream? That'll be the goal. 300 likes. Muhammad, you don't have to erase that call out, man. This is a stock I'd want to keep an eye on, AERC. And so I want to watch this one even into Monday, Tuesday next week to see what it does. ENSV. There's a few of them hitting the scans for now, but we'll wait. We'll hold off. RDBX. Back on those lows. AUVI. There's a high of 40, but it's still so early. The charting versus the pre-market highs are not so good. COGT, we got a high of 680. Okay, AUVI is starting to give a bit of a push here. Is this the one to watch? Is this the one to watch? I'm going to sub out some of these stocks up here. Let's put Redbox up here. I feel like COGT is one to keep an eye on over some of the rest that are showing. But you see how we're not closing below above VWAP right here? We're closing below. AUVI, I'm not liking that. I want to see the stocks closing above VWAP. PALT, maybe if it breaks over 46. Oh, come on. Slow and steady right now. Slow and steady. Okay, COGT, it is moving up. COGT, we are moving on up here. So far, so good. I'd be very interested if it gets up to a break of 7. Let's see, volume is picking up here. A bit of a rejection, 706. Are we going to see the retest? Alright, it's proving some strength. Okay. We got highs at 25. It might hold this area here at 7 again. 705, it might. I want to see more selling pressure. But seems like it's holding well. Not quite the rip right there. Waiting for 20 now. It held that area 707 pretty well. It should give the next high again. Watching 20 with volume. More buyers. High of the current candle is 21. $200 EMA was at 09. Selling pressure on that 1 minute candle was on the higher side, so I want to wait. I don't like dips below the 200 EMA at 09 right here, so I'll wait a little bit. RDBX, by the way, good push there over 10, but back down. If we get the 1 minute candle to make the new high over 09, I'll take the long. That candle, though, is 30 seconds out. So far, good red to green here. We got a high of 13. Watching it. Watching. A little slow on the entry. Can we see break of... Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. It's a little choppy, though. We're seeing something, but we're having losing trades as well. It has to hold up 13 here. If it holds 13, I'll take a quick dip. It is so choppy. I mean, it's not bad. Let me not say it's choppy. It's not bad. It's not bad. To be honest, it's not bad. I just got to be a little bit more careful. Wait for some better timing. Quick dip there to 13, 15 on, and then curled back to 21. Let's see if it double bottoms here. It's moving a little fast towards the low, so I haven't gotten the long down there. I do like 31. Oh, man. Very fast breakout, man. Very fast breakout. Level 2 is flying on this thing here. 50. Can we hold 50? Here we go. Watching for that push through 60. Good trade there. Now waiting for the next pullback. low 46 there. I think it can pull back as low as 40, maybe 38. Seems like buyers are coming in 44 though. I've sized down for this trade at the lows. I'm in at 43. I don't expect it to go below 37, 38 right here. I'm in at 43. What's it going to be? Sellers. Oh, think or swim. We don't need lag today, man. Come on. See how long that order is going to take to fill? It's actually going to crawl back up, so that's good. First 1 minute candle at 59. Those sellers were just... I'm going to miss that trade there. Jeez. More green. Here we go. My hotkey did not trigger at 74. Should have been long there. I didn't hit it hard enough. Okay. We got a high of 86. I'll size down again up here. Just to be a little careful. I should have been long 874. Big bid in there. Let's see. Okay. I'll wait for it to break and hold above 86. Yeah, I was trying to get long 74. Hotkey did not trigger. That's all right. So we'll wait for break of 86 now. 65 could be a dip area. We had 69 right there. In 73, which is a little on the higher side, so I'll take that off 79. It looks good here. Size back up again. My hotkey is putting me under some pressure here. I need to be more firm with it. Come on. It's holding. But it's not going. Wow. Dip at 86. It's a very strong stock to this point here. Dip at 86. 15 for the high day level. Watching 86 for the dip. My hotkey didn't fire twice in two big areas, man. I gotta be better than that. So, waiting here for 15 or 86. Either one. For the long. Here we go. Slightly higher fill as the bid did come down. The bids came down. I'll wait for a pullback. It needs a pullback here. Size back. Size back down and wait. Size down because in case it's a 5-minute pullback, if I'm in at 86 and it pulls back lower to 65, I don't want to take a big loss. I'll get back in at 65 with more size. Let's see if we see that quick bounce. Not quite seeing it. So I'll watch 86 with more, 65 rather with more size. I'll watch 65 with more size. It is holding so far though. I want to take 1,500 shares if it comes down to 65. Seems like it is holding so far though. Maybe I wasn't patient enough. Watching 10 with volume. Not ripping through the level though. Yeah. It's having a hard time making a new height, so it might need to pull back again. Okay. it's I mean, it's an interesting one. 25 for the high. You see how it's making that new high and then dipping? I think it needs to... I don't know. It's making the new high, but it doesn't seem as strong. I gotta keep managing risk with reducing and increasing size depending on how I feel about it. I still like 865 for a nice dip trade here. Oh, excuse me, 765 rather. If we get the 5-minute pullback, which I think we'll get, 765. Waiting patiently. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, the goal today is 300 likes. 300 likes. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. I think we can do it. I believe this thing will come down here to 760s, 770s. I'm waiting for that 5-minute pullback, 765. Looking to just focus on this one stock today, not gonna trade anything else. Waiting for 760s for the long. 1,500 shares. I feel confident about that level, so I don't mind using size. The volume profile so far does look pretty good. But can we get that sudden drop to like 768, 764? I want to see a sudden drop. That way I can buy it and it'll probably be a quick rebound. If not, I could watch... I don't like 810. I think it's too soon. I'd probably wait for like 20 with small size, 500 shares. VWAP is at 42. It is possible we come as low as 50. Well, let's see if it comes down here to my target price. Waiting patiently. Waiting patiently. I want low 60s here. Can we see it? My backstop will be about 50 or so. Yeah, I'll be having some risk in this trade, but if it's to be a successful trade, the day will be looking very, very good. A little lower here. The stock is strong, so a little bit more selling pressure. What is it going to be? I'll size down and take it higher. Okay, watching. If it flushes to like 56, I'll add. I'll take the added 62. My average is now at 67. So I probably needed to be more patient there. For a second, I didn't think it was going to come down as low, so I wanted to get in. Alright, that's cool. I'll watch 85 to sell the first position, and then I'll keep holding from there. I think it looks pretty good. I think the volume looks great. And I expect this to curl back through through 10, what was that, $8. Let's make sure to keep our sell button at the ready though in case it does come down. If it comes back to about 50, it could chop me out. So I gotta be careful. But 65 was my target price, so I'll be alright. Even if we do take a loss here. Watching. So far it's sideways. How is it gonna react here? High 50s. Can we see a quick bounce? Watching and waiting. Watching and waiting. I'll sell one of these positions here for a small loss. Maybe, yeah, I probably could have added back first, 58. But I'd have been, I'd have been sacrificing for that bigger loss to then get in lower again. But it's a little tricky to do, trying to recycle the shares. I believe 57 was the low. If it comes to 57 and it holds, I'll add. I'll add back. And then look for the push back through 70 and then 80. I think it still looks pretty good. We're about 2 minutes into this 5-minute candle, so just kind of watching and waiting to see what it does. As long as there isn't big selling pressure, I think it's going to be I think we're going to see the curl. But reducing my risk though in case it does come down hard. If this trade, if it had come down a little faster, I think I'd have took the full 1500 like at 61, and I would have felt great about the entry. But because I took that added 72, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably needed to be more patient. It kind of threw off the trade a little bit. But still waiting here, still watching to see what this thing wants to do. Add spots. I don't see any right now as we're back at 63. Below 57 is where I'll cut this trade. And I can be careful to always get back in lower if it starts to bottom again. High of the current candle is 78. If it starts to really look good, I could add 78. But I want to add 250 shares though. And not 500. Shout out to our guy Haku, right? We don't want to add full size to throw off the cost basis too much. Time, it's at 54. We're not starting to bounce yet, so I want to be very careful here at 57 if it's not going to get going. I'd want to see the bounce starting to happen right here, right now. It's been a few minutes at the lows already. If not, we might be seeing the breakdown. So I want to see this thing back over 78 with some volume. So what is it going to be? I'll cut the trade. I'll get back in at 78 with a smaller position. The candle's about to close and it's not going. Did it chop me out? We only had a low of 55. Man. This thing. This thing, man. Well, I'm not happy with those trades. It's gonna work out, but not after, you know. I could have been better, though. I needed to be more patient to get in lower. I think that was where I went wrong. Man, it was a good read. They don't usually take that long to start curling. That's alright. We'll be better for the next one. We didn't really lose too much there, so that's the good thing. Watch. Oh, shoots. I was just going to say watch break of 8. Yeah, I got to get better hotkeys than this. I want to let it open up, but it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not curling with the haste right there we should have been seeing. Once we see that jump from like 92 to 804, it's time to take off. We're going to get a high of 19. How close was that trade at the lows, man? How close was that? That was pretty close. I wanted to be in with at least 500 to 1,000 shares for the move back through 810, 815, but I just gotta trust the volume profile, man. I gotta just remember to trust the volume profile at all times. I'll take the long at 8 with a tight backstop here. There's something in there. Watching over 810 again. Waiting. But no green. There are a few buyers coming in. It's like I gotta hold longer, but I don't want to because I know that drop off could happen. So I'll keep to the quick scalps. RDBX, by the way, has went to 1060. First 1 minute candle at 810 to make the new high, I think looks good. But we could still see a rejection if volume doesn't continue to come. No breakout. So I'll wait for it to get back above 10 instead of over trading this area here. RDBX is at 1061 for the highs. Can we see some big bids? 20, 30, 40, 50,000 share buyers, by the way. 790 could be another dip area. Can we break and hold above 10? There's 10. Can we break and hold? I'm long at 10. Good trade there. Back now over 21, I like it, but we need to hold above 20. We can't be dipping down like this. 15, 12. It's not really holding mid-teens as well as I would like. It's back down. It's having a hard time. Maybe 790 for a quick dip with 500 shares. Maybe it needs to reset. It's having resistance at the highs. Watching 790 for a reset. This level 2 is something else. I mean, I can keep up with it, but, you know, I can imagine no wonder I had issues when I first started using it months ago. It shows everything. There's nothing that it does not show in terms of updating in the bid and the ask price. So, you know, when we talk about Lightspeed and those type of platforms, Sterling, this is the type of level 2 that they have where it's very up to date and fluid. So, you know, why use Thinkorswim? Well, not Thinkorswim, but E-Trade rather. Minute 95. Looks like, yeah, it looks like it's holding. Yeah, we'll get a great dip in there. I get back in. Wow. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. We got highs at 52. Not quite the dip I wanted there. 57 for highs. Watching for break of the highs. The new count will be here soon. Choppy trades, man. If it dips to mid 20s, I'll take the long. But I'll be patient. I like mid 20s for a long, but that's if it comes down there, of course. It's pushing green. There's a seller at 42, but 11,000 shares. I think it had a dip to like 28, but I wasn't fast enough there. Hmm. 51, 52, 54. Let's see if we can get low 20s here. I'd love to see low 20s considering it's having a hard time with the highs. Where are those bulls? Can we see this drop down here and a quick recovery? Can we see a quick flush down to like 20? Come on. The new candle, there it is. Doesn't seem like it wants to come down though. It's just pushing right back up to the high. So over 52 could be worth something, but shit, it's still choppy, man. Let me size down. You see, it's like the way how it breaks out. Like the breakout is coming from nowhere, and then the areas where you would think it would be good, it's having a hard time. I want to take 1,000 shares at least if it comes down to 20. I'm still in a little higher, 25. It should hold here. Selling 1/2. We're not seeing real selling pressure, so I'm waiting. I hate that my dip trades are working better than my scalp trades. I don't really, but I mean, it is what it is. But you know, scalps must work, man. I'll take a small starter at 37 and look for the push back up to 50. Take it for 5 cents. I'll watch 42. Back down to small size. Take it again at 35. Same trade, tight stop. Because it looks like it's going to curl back up here, so I feel confident to take these dips in between. But you see, every time it comes to 50, like somebody's shorting it, it starts to get so choppy. Come on, come on, we can go, we can do this. Where are those bulls? Yeah. It's a tricky one, man. It's a tricky one, and I gotta be careful with size because, like, as soon as I size up, I'm just not seeing without having to worry too much about the risk. So I'll just keep using small size for now until I can see something better with big size. It's implying it wants to break high of day, but the volume isn't high enough at 50. Jesus Christ. Rejection. Okay, I'm not touching it unless it breaks over 50, 59. Churning a lot of shares, man. Giving back too much profits in between with that big size. The halt level is all the way at 923, so there's a ways before it can get halted. But we got 10,000 share sellers at 60, so I think it's getting shorted. And hopefully we can break through the shorts and get another high. But so far, so good. I managed to get myself up to 490. But I think the dip trades are much better than the scalp trades so far here today. And that seems like it's been the case these last couple of days in some of the areas, man. But I want to see my scalps and the dips working together. Once that can happen, we're in great, great, great shape. Ever since AERC, we've been seeing some more opportunities, man. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think that's the case. We haven't had the second pullback yet, and the second pullback might come down to 817 if we don't get the new high. So 817 for a dip. I'll be watching. Hey, Troy, man. Big shout out to Troy from Dallas. So watching, waiting. If it breaks and holds above 60, I'll use 1,000 shares to scalp. There's 60. But it doesn't break. Doesn't hold. We still got these sellers. Come on. Where are those bulls? 59. It has to rip through 60. And once the bids are holding 60 is where I'll go long. Not a moment before. If not, watching 17 for the dip. Which is essentially a double bottom at 820. So I'd probably take the long at like 25 again. There's 60. Resistance is strong. What's it going to be? There we go. Watching 70 for the long. I'm a little slow to it, and the spreads are kind of crazy. 78 for the highs. This thing is like lightning, man. It's hard to try and give it a chance to open up. It just comes back down. I'm having scratch trades where I would expect to see a good green trade. $60 for the dip here. Not a moment. Well, we had 66. Might be too late already. That you see that trade there at 66? I can't miss that trade in the future. Right now, I'm still too slow. My mind is not keeping up with the stock. Back at 88. We're starting to get a cushion here, though, so this is good. Let's see if we get a double bottom 66. As soon as that dip come, you gotta your mind has to be remembering where did we just last had resistance to already be getting back in. 69. Can we see 66, 64? If it holds that level, I'll take a quick dip with a stop at 60. Your mind has to be thinking at all times or else you miss the trade already. Before the stock even pulls back to the level, you've already missed the trade if you're not thinking ahead. High of this current candle is 80. High of day is at 90. But we're seeing the stock coming up and having a hard time. Let's not do that. Let's wait. Try to get high 70s for a quick bounce to 84. Well, let's wait. Let's wait for 90. Let's have some discipline here, right? Let's wait for 90. Can we break and hold? Same approach like last time. If it hits like 920, 915 and pulls back to 890, I'll take the long on the dip. So here we are. Can we break through high of day? Can we break and hold? There's 90. But where are the buyers? Where are the buyers? There's 92, a weak breakout. Is there shares available to short? No, there's not. I went short there at 87 or so. A weak breakout, that's not a good sign. So I'll continue to wait, and now I'll wait for $9. It's been a steady back and forth. I made 573, but how much do you guys think I lost in the process? Probably lost like 450 because I went down like 3 times in my P&L. To be honest, the dip at 60 could work here. The dip at 6, but I don't want it 66. I'm in a little higher still. Dang it, man. I was in a little too high. Let's see what it does here. I'll watch 55, 54. Well, actually, no. We're getting a topping wick. What am I doing? It's starting to reverse. You gotta watch that too. We're getting a topping tail. I guess I got the fill where I wanted it. 63 initially. Only a 6-cent loss, so not bad. And then I'm back in at 59 out of 62. So at least we gained back 3 cents right there. It looks like it's reversing. Until it, I'll stay away from it for now. I'll reduce size. It's Friday. We can't forget. But although it's Friday, I made sure to still be aggressive because the stock is a strong stock, right? We've been having good momentum recently, so still have to at least try and push it. But just unfortunately, having a hard time with that bigger size. And so if I want to get to 10,000 shares, I'll have to be better at the lows to accumulate the positions earlier. And I think that 5-minute dip trade is where I can make my money because if I can get to the point where I can take 10,000 shares and be better with my execution at the lows, where was that dip again? That dip was at 750, right? I think I was long at like 65 and then 72 for the first entry. If I can take 10,000 shares down here and then unwind it throughout this move, it's like the way how Ross has two accounts, he switches it back to the other one, starts to scalp. The other one is just accumulating, well, not accumulating, but it has that low average cost and it's going higher, higher, higher. 10,000 shares of this thing in here at 760, I'd be up over 10,000 at the highs, right? So that is the goal, man. But mentally, mentally, mentally is the only thing now. That and some better execution. So we still need more time on execution, but the share size is just mental. Mentally, I'm gonna just need to see my account continue to grow, and the more equity in the account, I think the more comfortable I'll be. Because when I do have losing trades, I'll probably be losing if I'm in at 62 and I lose 20 cents, 10,000 shares. I'd be losing like 2,000, 3,000, and on the bad ones, 4,000 for the losers. But to the upside, though, when we have this type of follow through, we'll be up like 5, 8, 10K. Because scalping this thing is not easy, man. Not easy. I had some good fills too, which helped out a lot. So over 865, we're seeing a bit of a curl. My size is down. Let's see what it continues to do here. Damn, I'm filled at 87. Not good. I wanted 83, but volume very high there. It looks like it might come back up here. I'll have 800 shares if it breaks the highs. But at this point, I need to make more money if I want to size up again. I gotta push myself up to like 700 with a small size before I can size up. If it breaks over the highs of 92. This could be a bear trap here. If 90 is coming with volume, I'll take the long. It could be a bear trap because the way how that topping tail was, I'm very sure short sellers got in there. So we could see a bear trap and a move right through $9 rather, $9. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit the thumbs up. 300 likes is the goal today. We're pushing hard for that like goal. And if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing. I'll be live again on Monday morning. Every day around 9 a.m. And we're going to push the time back more and more. We're going to try and get to 8:30 every single day. Here we go. 90 with volume, I'll be long. Tight stop. It's flirting with the highs here. Flirting. Volume, I'll be long. Any volume here. Can we get short sellers to cover over high of day? And over $9 as well. Be careful of a rejection. It's also possible if the shorts are still very aggressive. We got to protect ourselves. The new 5-minute candle is coming soon. It's hard not to size up for this trade here. It's like inside I want to just take 2K shares at 90, but I also know the risk. And I don't want to give back too much profits on this day. But the 5-minute setup looks good, man. What I'll do, if it starts to hold above 90 early on, I'll size up quickly. 20 seconds to this candle on the 5-minute. 20 seconds. Come on. We do not want to see a flush under all circumstances. I'm in at 95. I'm back out. It's holding. Watching break of 8. Break of 9, rather. It's not a good break. Come on, man. So close to erupting there. That's a great trade that I'm back in. Once I see it's holding 95, I'm back in. And that trade I'm looking to hold, to be honest. Because if it's only going to break high of day, it's going to just go to like 920, 930. There's no need to sell for a scalp there. But I sell flat because it did not go. It hits the 05 and right back down again. Now I don't know what's going on. I would have expected short sellers to cover. So what's going on? Are they still shorting aggressively at the highs? It's a beautiful setup, but volume is also decreasing. Maybe that's part of it. We're losing interest up here. Maybe that's what we're seeing. So once again, I'll size back down to just 300 shares, protect myself. It's a great Friday, though. It's a great Friday, all things considered. It's a great Friday to this point. Some people might watch support at 840. I hope T-Dog was able to do well today and bounce back. T-Dog, hopefully you're watching on. I hope you did well, man. Because yesterday in power... By the way, my P&L yesterday, I did the recap a little early. Was 170, right? And in the stream, I had a high of 289 before PBTS, that cheaper stock that I attempted to trade with that higher float. I went down to 170. I ended the stream, came back power hour after the recap. And, you know, I didn't plan to trade, but, you know, all the guys were in the Discord. I kind of came in. I was about to leave out, sat down there for 10 minutes before, you know it, I was trading again, but with 300 shares. And ALT, I got caught in a flush trying to buy a dip, and I lost $30. So I actually ended up 140 yesterday. You know, how did I feel after going from 289 to 140? Sometimes you just, you know, it's like, man, I should have left. You start to think about all the comments that says, shut it down, walk away, take your green and run. I mean, there's days where I say to myself, take the money and run. But what I'll say is that PBTS was a momentum stock that did well. From 50 cents to 150 or 170, I think. I gave it a shot. It had a bigger float. I gave it a shot. I didn't do well. I can't beat myself up for that. And maybe I would say trading power hour though was overkill. I think that was some over trading. I could have kept my discipline and just kept the 170 at that point, you know, which is what I was trying to say in the recap. Is like, just take that 170. So today, I definitely want to be careful here moving forward. I have to take my cousin to do his driving test again. I don't know if you guys remember, like 2 weeks ago, I had to leave to take him out. Apparently, when he was reversing, he didn't look back, so he failed the test. So, you know, second attempt. As COGT is curling up here. Right now, it's in no man's land for me. But, you know, if it crawls back up to like $8.90, $9, I'd start to watch it again. RDBX had a move to 1061, but back down. Guys, every trader loses money, but the consistent traders will make more money than they lose. And for me, you know, I just try to be as efficient as I can be. There's some trades where I take where it's like, what am I doing? I kind of have a moment of, let's say, like a lapse in judgment, where I just take a trade where I have no business taking a trade. It's very rare that happens, but it still happens. You know, sometimes you fool yourself into thinking something looks good. But it's not an entry you would normally take. So, you know, but I'm just trying to be as efficient as I can be and get green and get out of here. All right, so we traded 59,000 shares. We're green 587. Could we have done better? I think the answer is yes. And this is why when I talk to Steve is always pushing me to use bigger size, because what the argument is if I had used 1,500 shares on every single trade that I took today in the same exact areas, let's assume slippage wasn't bad, how much more green would I have been? How much more money would I have lost, right? But ultimately, I would have been more green than I am now had I had done that on every single trade in every single area, right? That's the argument for me when it comes to using bigger size. But it is hard to do that when I see the stocks are so choppy. It's curling back up here. I'm watching bear flag rejection. But how well is it going to hold? I'll watch high 80s if volume starts to push. Well, Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Just 300 shares for that trade there, but not quite. RDBX, maybe it breaks back over 10.15 here, but I'm not touching that one today. Haku, 24K day, man. Trading Amazon, COGT, AMD, and Redbox. When you start getting to like 10K a day, it's like lottery. You know, it's like you get into that lottery money. And, you know, you win a pick three every day. You know, there's people who are that good, man. It's crazy. I guess with $500, this is the equivalent to winning like two numbers on the Powerball, or like maybe four numbers. I don't know. Yeah, RDBX break of 15. It's giving a small push there. RDBX. ABCD back over to VWAP to 1030. So not bad. RDBX. And if it gets over 39, it might have some more room to the upside. I'm not going to trade this stock though. The spreads don't look bad to be honest, but I know how it's been trading for a long time and I know it's hard to trade, so I'll leave it be. COGT, I've been on a rant, but mostly because I don't know where to watch. I think it might be on the backside. 50 could be support, but I think it's on the backside, so you know that'll give it room to come down way more. Maybe if it flushes hard, if it like flushes to 818 right here, I could take a quick dip and watch for a quick bounce of like 15 cents. I feel like we've been reacting. We've been gelling well. We've been reacting very well with the dip trades. Though I've been pushing myself. You guys will see it. It's like it's so drawn out. Though it's over time. We go back 2 months ago. I'm like, I have to take more dips. I mean, I've been saying it through and through, but I have to take more dips. I think we're taking more dips. We're seeing more volume at the end of the day, regularly now, and on those quick 1 minute dips, I had mentioned for some point I might stay away, but we're seeing them working again, so I'm taking it. And I think it all comes down to if the stock is a strong stock or not. I mean, on a stock that's this strong, I think it makes sense to take every single 1 minute dip I see. If it's a weak stock, then of course not, right? Market sentiment ever since AERC has been on the better side, the hotter side, and so we came in and we had a good move. Daily resistance, was up there around $9. We were able to break that level, but then rejected 905 very quickly. So I think short sellers were aggressive against that level there. And it's a level that I didn't map out pre-market, so I could have done a better job there. But I do know, though, that the whole dollar will usually see resistance, so not a surprise. RDBX, once again, moving on up. It is strange to see that. I guess not, because when I do think of, for example, Raphael is a member of our Discord. He's walked me through a few of his short trades before, and I think it'll make sense, right? And I think some of them had losses. Some of the short sellers had losses, right? But when we look back, we went from 892, right, which means they were shorting against the level of 9, of course. This is around 886, 890, 890, 892. They're shorting against $9. They're getting short, and they know that they have a backstop in place as we're popping back up here. They know they have a backstop in place in case the stock comes up more. So let's say they have a 20-cent stop. Hey, I'm short 85. My stop is 905. And some of them, they would have covered already down here at like 65, taking at least half off. Maybe that's why it bounced. And so instead of this being a long trade, let's say a trade that's fueled by the bulls, maybe it was fueled from short sellers covering. And what do? They re-short right here at the highs again, and it's the same. They're doing the same trade over. And so what are they doing here? Covering again. It's coming back up. So the short sellers are definitely in control right here. Looking at it from this point of view, and so the question is, will it break below 835 with volume going down? We have decreasing volume. I would say that's what's going to happen. It is still a small percentage chance that somebody could be buying up some shares lower here, and it does crawl back through high of day. But at this current point in time, I would say that's of the lower probability, maybe 5% chance and 95% chance that it comes back down more. This is why we need to also have another $25,000 at a broker with shares available to short, so that we can, and it'll be something we have to mentally, just like how buying the dips is taking time. It's not that I don't know how to short, but I think mentally I just gotta like remember that it's something at that point in time that I can do, and I have access to doing, and then my mind will kind of like flow better. Hey, we're having resistance here. Why? We have our levels mapped out in pre-market properly, and we can see that, okay, this is a place to short. If we break over this area here with volume, we cover that trade, take a loss, and either we can watch it for longs or we don't trade it at that point, depending on what the rules might be for myself at that point. And so, as a trader, as you grow, your rules have to evolve with you, because there's just no way the rules can stay the same. For me, at one point, I never used to trade past 1030. But once I change that rule, I adapt things, I change certain things to apply to make sense in the current situation. So, of course, when we start to short stocks every day, we'll have more rules coming in place so that we know what to do and what not to do. And some of it will be through trial and error. We'll have to learn the hard way sometimes, because that's just the nature of the market. But yeah, enough ranting, right? We had some technical analysis there, but will we break down here? COGT. COGT will be break down here below 850 with volume, and will the short seller see a big trade? So when I look back at it, all those trades that I attempted at 890, you can see why I'm attempting it. It's like, okay, if we break the level over 9, we could see a move. But I think the smart thing to do, and this is why we must map out our levels and make them obvious and remember them. I think the smart thing to do here is wait for break of 9. Once it holds above 9, then I can give it a shot where the short covering will be at its strongest, right? And that's where we can see the acceleration right up to 925 for a good 20-30 cent trade. Man, there's so much potential, and once we can continue, as AFRI is resuming, if we can continue to get our mind to that next level of understanding, we're going to become a different beast, man. It's why we got to trade for like 5, 10, 15, 20 years, because here I am in year 4, and it's like I'm still learning all this stuff. It makes me feel so good about showing up tomorrow, even if I'm red, Yeah, Steve, man, that's exactly the point, man. We're trading at 890, which is high risk into the short sellers territory, because the daily level there, the candles are stacked like crazy. By the way, I should probably show the level for people watching on if I didn't do that. That's where this blue line is coming from, that I put up there maybe like 15 minutes back. Let's see. Guys, do not underestimate the Momo Pro scanners, man. Do not underestimate it. And you can also adjust it to your liking, right? I have videos out on what I like from it. But you guys can adjust it to your own personal preference, right? If you are interested in using it, code Relentless for 25% off for 6 months, guys. You'll see, I don't call out every single thing, because at times I'll be so dialed into the stock that I'm trading. But you guys will see a lot of halted stocks are hitting there. A lot of the stocks that we're watching throughout the day will be hitting. I get my watch list from there every day. This is that trend line, by the way. You can see back in April of this year, we had a lot of resistance. Nobody can tell me that in 5 years I'm not going to be a better trader, man, because the potential is just so high. But I have to take the necessary steps now to ensure a better tomorrow. I think we're gonna make millions of dollars from the market, man. I don't even think I can. I have to second guess that. There's just too much potential here. But as I'm ranting about all the good, let me make sure to mention the bad and the risk, right? So of course, trading is risky. Most beginner traders do lose money. Make sure to trade with very small size or in a simulator before you prove consistency, before you prove profitability, or else you will lose a lot of money, right? There's no secret there. You will lose a lot of money, guys. So take it slow, take it easy, and understand that these opportunities like this, guys, unless the world blows up tomorrow, right? Unless we somehow go into a crazy depression and nothing starts to move, and that is a very very low chance of happening, right? Understand that these same stocks will be here time and time again. I've been seeing it for 4 years. 40% moves, 70% moves, 100% moves, 500% moves. It's happened over 4 years straight, on different days, different times. The ebb and the flow, the different cycles. So there's no need to rush. Your time is your time, right? My time is my time. Everyone's timing is different, right? Don't feel any FOMO if you're seeing someone making 10K, 50K, $10, $50, right? Don't feel any FOMO in that type of thing, man, because your time is your time and your time is the best time, right? So don't force it. Don't feel like you have to do it now. Take it slow, right? Prove consistency, and then from there is where you can get a little bit more aggressive and size up and work on handling share size and all that. I see myself doing it, man. I see myself doing it. There's no way that I don't do it. I've already been doing it to this level for this long. Just slow and steady every day, a small brick, right? The Great Wall of China, one brick at a time. All we gotta do is one brick. I'm in today is like my or I might be just over 500 trading days, right? There's people who've been trading for 10 years, 15, 20, 30 years, and they're still adding bricks to their wall even now. Man, man, I just gotta keep my faith, keep praying, keep going. For those of you on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. The goal today is 300 likes. Can we do it? AERC is giving a bit of a move. We had Redbox give a bit of a move as well. Do I want to trade this one with 200 shares for break of 50? AERC. I actually don't have it pulled up here. I mean, I could watch it, right? But there's not enough volume, it seems like. AERC hitting the Momo scans here, right? Yeah, I don't think it looks good enough. AUVI has curled up a little bit. Might be in play later today. But this is a good place. I've been giving back profits a lot of the days. I think this is a great place for me to just lock it in. I can come back power hour with very small size. We're up 582. It's a solid green day today. I'm very grateful. So I'll just take it slow. I'll get caught up in the comments. Maybe we post a poll. AERC hitting 64. 80. I gotta stop calling the wrong numbers here, man. I'm only in my early 20s. What's gonna happen, 30 years from now? We're at 980 here. My grandmother will call me by my brother's names. all the time. You know, is that what I'm gonna be doing? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, not the best trade there. The volume is like in and out. There's a few sellers at 90. 91 for break of 10. Oh my god. Fuck. What? Oh my god. Why? Why? How? Why? Why am I scalping with 2,000 shares? I've been talking too much. Wow. I thought I had 200 shares selected there. Unbelievable. Let me take a second here. Well, I'm only down 186, so that's not bad, but wow. What should be a $5 loss, I'm down 186, actually scalping with 2,000 shares. No wonder I had a high fill on that last trade, man. Are you kidding me? I thought I came here and typed 200. That's what I get for talking too much. You know, you feel so. It's part of the game, but you feel so. I feel stupid right now. Are you kidding me, man? Really, on such a beautiful day like today? I'll have to watch that back. I could have swear I put 200 shares here. Can you guys imagine if I had gotten caught in a flush? And of course, you know, those trades were not green trades. I could have gotten lucky and got green trades at least. Jeez. This is not the first time, and unfortunately, it's not the last time that's going to happen to me. It's happened for both good and bad. There's been days I've been up like $1,000 doing that same thing by accident. But this stock is on the backside of its move. I understand that. I understand where I'm at on the day. I had no intentions to be using big sizing there, so that's kind of crazy. But it's part of what it is, so big deal, no problem. Man, talk about a punch in the gut, right? Yeah, man, BK, you know, in due time, man. In due time, we'll get up there. We'll do pretty good. But it's gonna take some hard work. We're gonna have to stay consistent, continue working day in, day out, and do the right set of things when we talk about managing risk. And I think right now I'm doing a good job with the concept of it being a marathon and not a sprint, and that's helped me out a lot in the trading journey. So you know, we'll keep pushing one day at a time, one trade at a time, until we get to where we feel very comfortable. John B, man, you know, relentless talking here, man, costing me 187 on this stock. Burn done for the day. Oh, man, it sucks to be down 187. I'm not gonna lie about it, you know. Let's see, P&L on the day is at 396, which is still pretty good, but this situation will not make me do anything crazy ever, right? My discipline is beyond that level to where I would do something like wild, but you know, it's like I'm gonna be walking through the rest of this day knowing that this happened to me. It's gonna take me like 3 hours to just get over it, but still, man, wow. Imagine if I was back to flat. That would have been crazy. Marcelo had a tough time, green to red. Snow, 55 trades, but up 13 with 300 shares. So Snow had a tough day. You see how my energy is like automatically, you can hear it in my tone. You can hear it in my tone, you know? Man. And those trades weren't my best trades. Like if I, I could have been quicker, I could have been faster. I was kind of just being very nonchalant, trying to use small size in that range as it started to move. I had no intentions of doing anything there. The next time this happens to me, it better be for green trades, man. At the very least, that better be the case. But it's unfortunately not going to be the last time. It's something that is just such an easy mistake to make with the way how I trade it. But I have very good measures in place so it doesn't happen often. But the days will come where something is this is how it usually would happen, right? If I'm watching AERC and I want to have a different stock on the main screen, or let's say something is hitting the scans and it's moving up right now, real time, AFRI, let's say I type AFRI, I see that it's maybe halting up and I want to take trades right away. I forget to change the share size. That's how it usually happens to me. And the last time it happened to me, I think I was taking 2K shares on a $15 stock. Back then, I was only mentally like handling 300 shares on that price range. So I was basically in almost times 10. Um, if the stock does collapse bad, it's like it's not going to be a good day. The account, of course, can handle it, but it's like it's just not what we want, Ross will talk about that sense of loss. As a human, you lose something, you feel like you want to get it back, but the momentum is dead right now, so I have no choice but to be on the sidelines and just wait around. Maybe if I come back power hour with small size, we see something, but besides that's more than likely the day. 10:47 a.m. We have RDBX. How do you guys feel about this one for a break of 10:37? I still don't know if I want to trade the stock. Scalping this thing with 2,000 shares like a madman. At one point, I was calling myself the Terminator, right? Ross calls himself Rambo. But, maybe I changed my name to Mad Max. Have you guys seen Mad Max? That most recent one, I think like 2015. Such a good movie, man. Such a great movie. Here we go, RDBX pushing up at 10:38. Mad Max, man. Very solid movie. We have AERC, which is also curling up a little bit. We had AFRI halted, but that one is a very, very choppy one. Halted down with big spreads. The raw emotions of a day trader, right? The most transparent trader on YouTube, guys. That's who I am. The most transparent trader on YouTube. No one can match me in transparency. Pretty soon, my girlfriend was telling me she wants to come and do a video, so maybe one of these days I'll have her react to my big losing trades, my big green trades. We'll have a whole segment, right? I have to come up with a name for that series. I can't wait to hear her criticism. It's gonna be interesting to see what she has to say when she sees some of my poor trades. There's no tougher criticism than hers, So we'll see. But from the outside, anyone from the outside can kind of say. I mean, they'll say it how it is because they don't know exactly the feeling of trading, right? The emotions, the all the things that go into it. But I think that'll be a good thing. That way, she'll be able to tell me, and most of it I'll know and understand already. But sometimes you do need that raw feedback. There'll be some days where I say, yeah, I'm not touching this thing, and then I proceed to take a trade 1 second later, right? Once again, RDBX, it's kind of doing its thing here. It's broken over that level of 38 and got to a high of 53. Do I want to watch it here? Let me see how the level 2 is looking. I could use small size, but I got to be very careful not to have losing trades on this thing. High of days at 61. Let's see, with 500 shares, will we see something over 60 here? There's a seller, 14,000 shares sitting there. Let's see if volume does come in. Oh, not enough. Waiting. Watching for the retest of the highs. Over 70. We should see it over 70. But the volume is low though. Hotkey didn't fire. Is it going to hold? Seems like it is. It's going maybe over 80, but it might need to pull back here though. $12. Jesus Christ. $12. Yeah, okay, I'm leaving this thing alone. I thought I was already up at least 10 cents. The spreads are just maybe a little too spready, if that makes sense. Dips could be at 60, but man, $12 after 4 trades. Yeah, my fills were not any good in there. I'll leave this thing alone. If I'm not in that beautiful move up, I needed a cushion already. If there's no cushion there, then it's a hopeless cause. Because I'll probably take my next trade probably be red, and then my next 2 trades could be red, and bigger spreads. I could have be down 30-40 bucks, and it's not what I want to see. If I'm green $50, I could risk off of that $50, take this dip trade right here at 60, 62, see if we bounce back up. But I don't have any green, so can't even watch this dip. I did mention I didn't want to trade this one, but I gave it a chance. It started to move, so I gave it a chance. But $12, we'll take it. It's better than nothing. At least I can, buy me a. It can buy me a sandwich at my local pizzeria, right? Luckily, the sandwiches there are not as expensive as the sandwiches at Martha's Vineyard, man. Because we heard Ross paying $50 for 2 sandwiches. 50 bucks for 2 sandwich, man. Snow, I've made in 1 hour more than you've made at a week at your old job. Man, it is crazy. The perspective, yes, it is crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I used to work at Amazon for 15 bucks an hour at one point, and it took me 60 hours, right? This is overtime included, with double pay because of COVID. They were paying double for overtime to make like 950 in a week. Now I can have green day. I mean, back then I was doing it too, but on really good days I can have green a day or an hour, 20 minutes. I remember CVM in like maybe 35 minutes, 30 minutes, because there was two halts in there. There were two halts, and like 35 minutes, $1,600, man. It's crazy what we could do, but the risk is always on the other side of the trade. We could also be down that much if we're not managing our risk well. Okay, it's a good place to potentially call it. We'll take a look through our watch list. We're still finishing up over 400, which is good. But I just can't help but feel 600 would have been better. Um, it'll take me 2 more hours to get over it, but for now, I feel like I mentioned, this situation will never force me to do something stupid. Like my biggest red day was $2,000, right? So maybe if I have a red day, but I mean even then it still wouldn't work that way because if I'm trading with the type of size to have a $2,000 red day or more, I'll already understand the risk and accept the risk. So it's like near impossible for me to like I don't know what it would take for me to do something crazy like out of nowhere, just get emotionally fueled. I don't even know if that's possible with the way how I do things now. But yeah, I guess there's always a small chance, but I think I have a good system. So right now the system is working well, and I understand what day trading is, and so to move on and end the conversation there, we'll bounce back. And once more, it's not the first time. It's not going to be the last, unfortunately. But we'd have to be careful, though. We have to be careful. So adjust your share size accordingly and watch yourselves. Be careful. So yeah, AERC back down after a small bounce. AFRI, it's been getting halted up and halted down. Not much there for me. AUVI, maybe a stock to watch later on into the week. Well, let's say maybe more so like next week. COGT, well. Good red to green. Okay, maybe I'll stick around a little bit more. Maybe I'll stick around a little bit more. It's a decent red to green over some time there. RDBX, maybe it still does something here, but it's a little choppy. RDBX needs to break 1125. 1125 for RDBX, but I'm not going to touch that one. CLGT, I'll hang around a little bit more, see what it has left in store. It did give a good move over 58. So let me just see what it wants to do in case those short sellers are going to have to cover over 905. I'd want to be around to see what it does. But just 500 shares until I can make at least $100, 20 cents. Gotta manage risk. RDBX pushing at 1073. Seller at 73, 10,000 shares. That one over 1175 could be interesting if let's say COGT is like fading out and all the volume switches over to red box. That could be pretty good. Yeah, we gotta hold our trades much longer if we want to see Ross like type of gains over in the future over time. Yeah, 400 is a good day, man. 400 is a good day. If this stock does not break high of day, I'll be out of here. If it does, small size. RDBX once again at 73. It's been such an interesting stock. It's been a good one overall, though. RDBX. When it first started moving, I think some institutional buyers were coming in, and we would see bids of like 150,000 shares. And that's a great move right there, from 74 to 88. It's a great move, RDBX. See, if I had that $50 cushion, I'd have been long, making 10 cents in there, but not quite. It's coming up to 11. 11.25 is the daily all-time high since it started moving all these weeks. So 11.25 is an area I would consider watching it again with the small size, but I don't know if it breaks that level though. We got big sellers up there. $17,000 share buyer at 91. But the price is not reacting though. Those shares are getting filled. Someone is taking a big position up there at 91. RDBX. Most of that position is filled. 4,000 shares remaining. And that position is completely filled. So someone is long 19,000 shares at 91. Very aggressive take on an entry there. They must have reasons to believe it might go up some more, unless they're just, that maybe they're recovering. I don't know. But yet again, if the order's on the bid, for those of you who do short, right? If you're covering a position, does the position have to be on the ask price, right? Are you? Well, I guess what I'm trying to say, would it be more so like a market order coming in? Right, I guess that's the better way to phrase it. Because if we're on the ask, we're looking to sell, right? I might have answered my question there. So might not have been the best question. I don't know. If you're covering, more than likely you can buy on the bid. And that makes complete sense. COGT. The thing about that loss that's bothering me more so than the loss itself is that I've given back profits on a few of these last couple of days. Almost every single day going back to AERC. All the last 4 days, last 3 days, I've given something back off the top, and it's like, man, today I did all the right things, and it still found a way to get me. Almost as if I'm plagued. I'm liking what I'm seeing here, COGT, but I gotta prepare for battle if this thing breaks over 9, because it's not gonna be easy. It wasn't earlier. RDBX currently around 1089, just kind of trending sideways. And by the way, guys, it's almost summertime, so pretty soon you guys might be hearing some more background noise, which I'll try my best to keep to a minimum, letting everyone know. But my siblings will be home, and so there'll probably be some fighting, some tussling. You guys know how it is. The Relentless office coming soon. Once again, RDBX, it's at that level of 90, 95. First 5-minute candle at 87 must make the new high and be strong with volume here. That candle is coming in 30 seconds. It must break 90 with volume. T-Dog, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good day today. I hope you were able to recover a little bit. I know yesterday was a tough day for us in after hours, man. We all took some losses on those flushes. ATL and AERC, and I had losses on PBTS as well. I'm early 20s, man. I'm early 20s. Maybe I'll share my birthday with you guys at some point, but for right now, I'll just say I'm early 20s. I'm watching GOCT here. Excuse me, COGT. It has to break 9 with volume. It has to. And once it gets above 905 is where I'll look to scalp. Waiting over high of day where short sellers will be covering. Oh my goodness, wow. Long. It should continue higher here. Wow, there's a buyer. There's a buyer. I missed that buyer by a second, man. Jeez. You see that short covering? Oh my, oh my. We got a high of 44. Long at 34. But it might be a little high for the dip, though. It might be a little high. I needed 25 instead. Yeah. It's hard to hold those trades like that long from in higher. Well, we see a quick retest to 25. Quick retest for a long. Quick retest. 29. Alright. Can we see 35, 40 here? It seems like it's struggling. Okay. Maybe I needed to be more patient. Seller. This level 2, man. I gotta up my game here. It's so fast. Come on. Over 40. Not the direction I want there. 44 is the level for the new high. Watching this thing mid 40s here. I want to see some faster fills from Thinkorswim as well. Waiting, watching 450. I think we're going to get a new high of day. Not quite. A little choppy there. I don't like to take too many trades below the level. Yeah, it's by the way, RDBX is looking very good here as well. It's right at that level of 1125. Watching RDBX over 1125. Is there a hidden seller? Jesus Christ. Man, they fill me at 40. Are you kidding me, man? You know, I sold and got back in is why I got that high fill, man. But unbelievable. Done with that stock. I'm in at 40 now. Trying to sell at 60. The bids immediately come back at 40. 20 cents unrealized. I see nothing in the trade. Are you kidding me? Really? Oh my god, it's this red box, man. Some people might like the dip at 15. I'll leave that thing alone for good. there's nothing worse than having great entries. The stock goes from 25, the exact area I want it. It goes to 1160. I see absolutely nothing. In fact, I'm red $10, and I'm up 20 cents at one point in one trade. How is it possible? Watching back at COGT here over 45, but we need volume here, man. More volume. 32, 30, 27. Low of the last 20. It's not like I was using big size either on RDBX. Here we go. Waiting for 45 and 50 again here to see if we can get this breakthrough 50 for the new high of day. I think it's going to happen. Do I want to take the dip at 29? It's a little high versus 20, but it could work. 27, 25. I almost got long at 25 there, but I didn't fire off. I think it needs to start curling here. If not, we might get a bigger pullback. And if we do, I think $9 will be the level I watch for the dip. Is it going to give that bigger pullback? Remember how much resistance $9 was. So if it comes back down to $9, to be honest, I probably could size up even more than 1,000 shares. It should be very good support. We should hold that level well and curl right back up if it does pull back to that 908, 907 level. That's where I'll be looking to get long if it does. If not, 46 with volume. I feel like we're kind of testing the level at 20 too many times. It's already been the third attempt, so I'm not going to take that trade at this point. Man, RDBX though, so disappointing, man. Watching volume here, 45. I'm in this thing at 40. It rips to 60. And the bids immediately come back down to 40, like within a half second. Like, what's going on? And then the entry that they filled me at 40 is trying to get long at 25. Those type of trades, if I have the offset, I wouldn't get filled at all, but I was buying early enough to get that fill. So I did hold the dip at 11.15. It seems like, it's like if I have a cushion, I could take those trades, man, but just no cushion at all on the stock. Waiting patiently for this 45 level here. If not, watching $9 for a quick flush. 908, 907, I'm comfortable. It's a very low chance it pulls back to 9 and flushes down like hard. Once again, deep inside, it's like there's that part of me that wants to size up aggressively for that type of trade, but I also know the risk. Watching, are we going to see 45? What's it going to be? JAN was halted? Is JAN moving? RDBX is pushing 50. I don't know. We got the new 5-minute candle. Let's not look away now. Jeez. Need to be more patient. RDBX making new highs. Once again, 9.20 for the dip. Well, excuse me, $9, 9.05. Watching. Can we see 9.08? There's 14 for the lows. I want to see 9.05, 9.08. Come on down. The price is right. Come on down. The price is right. RDBX high of 84 but pulled back to 50. I want to take a look at JAN. Let's just see what that one is doing. Okay, it was halted up and then back down. Come on, we need some lower lows here. Once we see 909, 908, I'll be getting long. Come on. I'll be patient. I don't want to take it at like 15, or else if it does dip, I'll be in trouble. I'll have to stop out. So I'll be patient for the entry here. 908, 907, 906, 905, 909 even. Anything below 910 I like. So we just need a quick drop down, a little bit selling pressure, and then to pop right back up. I'll be treating this trade as a 5-minute hold at the lows, so I'll be in for a longer time. Come on, a little bit of selling pressure here. Come on. Jeez. Green. Maybe 13 is the lowest it's going to go. It's possible. Well, can't be upset. That's the way how it goes. Time 17. This would be a good place for it to start to curl. I would have to hope and pray if it comes down to 910 now. I don't know. RDBX once again pushing highs. Man, it's such a good entry too if it can only come down here. Let's see. I'm watching again here. RDBX pushing $12, $12.15. Will we see this dip here? COGT. COGT. Will we see a dip? Waiting patiently for 905, 908, 909. RDBX pushing 1225. Can we see a quick flush here? COGT, quick flush. Quick flush, quick flush. You know what? I'm in at 15, which I think is a little higher, but I'll take it a little higher. It better not. If it chops me out, I'll just get back in. It's no big deal. If it chops me out, I'll get back in. Right. This trade, I'm looking to hold it longer. The selling pressure does look very good. The volume profile, rather. $43. I have this current 5-minute candle is 40. High candles. RDBX, man. Still pushing. Making new highs. The last trade I sold 500 shares a little on the earlier side. So let's see what it does here. We do have a new candle. 8. Watching it closely. Hmm. Not seeing as many buyers yet, but the volume profile still looks great. This was the previous resistance. I expect it to hold over 9 here. But again, I'm in slightly higher at 15 versus 08, which we did come down to 08 just now. RDBX, man, I'm impressed. RDBX, I'm impressed. But can I hold this position here on COGT all the way to 950? All right. I'm looking to make 35 cents. My risk is about 15 cents. Should have been in a little lower. But, let's see what it does. Up at 30 is where I would consider selling half, and then I'd add back at 40 if it's looking very good. If this thing fails, I'll be very disappointed because of how strong that resistance was on the daily, as well as the 5, as well as the 10. So it should be very, very good support. Even if it tests the lows, the only thing I'm worried about is if it tests 90 and I get stopped out at like 97 and it hits like 94 and bounces up right back. That's like the only thing I could see, kind of like stopping me out of the trade if it doesn't curl immediately in the next 2 or 3 minutes. So there's still some risk here. There's still a chance I lose like 200 on this trade. Selling half. Volume is coming back in, which is good. I'll actually add back at 27. I'll increase my average and look to keep watching it here. It looks like it's ready to give the push. I'm going for the early add because I think it looks pretty good. 250. I've unwinded most of that trade already. I'll add back when I need to. Freaking red box, man. Let me see. Marcelo, are you able to do well in this red box, man? Let me know if you were able to do well on Redbox if you're listening in to the stream. Cool ain't playing no games, man. Cool. Positions in at 12. In at 99 out of 1216. Oh, I'm in with 500 shares. I can't forget. I thought I was in with 250. I have to remember that. Looking for the 5-minute candle to make the new high at 34 right here. Waiting. Now that I'm looking back at it, that probably should have been my ad spot versus 30 initially. Still feel pretty good about it though. Doji candle. If it doesn't hold its area at 13, I'll be out of this trade. Everything is implying we should get the new high of day. But of course, after some good trades, my average is now high on the higher side. Likelihood of this failing. Let's see. Overall market, I mean, we've been seeing more follow through. Hmm. Hmm. I can't help but watch it red box go. Maybe I sell half to protect myself here. Yeah, I'll sell half to protect myself. $25 loss there. Look at this freaking red box, man. You know what? It frustrates me so much, man, because I gave this thing every chance it needed to do well. And I'm selling that position prematurely. I feel like to watch it this one now. It hasn't failed and I'm out of it. But I can't ignore these big moves any longer as we're hitting 1260 for a high. Well, previous high, previous high. So if it pulls back here, I'll watch the dip. But that would be a sizable dip. It's probably not going to pull back that much. 85, low of 90. I'll take the long right here, RDBX. Pretty good dip. Good reaction there. Man, these spreads. These spreads, man. These spreads. High of the current candle is 28. I hope I didn't do the. And man. Sometimes I kind of get upset with myself because I know what I need to do and then I do a poor job. Watching this thing over 28 if volume is high. But look at that, man. So I'll have to trade it when there's only a huge move and then a quick dip after a huge move, I feel. Can we rip right through for high of day and then give the dip? Only watching at the dips on RDBX. But it's a rejection of high of day rather. So I gave back like $55 on COGT at the highs, which wasn't a smart trade. Getting back in at 30 before the 5-minute candle made the new high. It still looks good, but it's why I needed to be in at 908 and probably just holding and unwinding from there rather than to be adding back so soon. I knew exactly what I had to do and I still managed to add high and botch the trade. What was I thinking? $12.70. I'll take the dip at 58. 50, oh my god, it's still going. Jeez. Thought the $0.50 would have been good. 25. The dip looks good. It's a matter of where it's going to be. Taking it again at 25. Selling pressure looks pretty good. Jesus Christ. Below 10, I'll cut this trade. It's volatile. It's volatile, man. The 5 minute looks great, but it's dipping down more than I would have thought initially, so I had a losing trade. I'm buying the previous hive day levels, by the way. It's not random areas. Previous hive day, previous hive day. Previous hive day was at 70, but thinking since it came down to 65, the $0.50 at 50 would have been the initial area. But it's a 5 minute dip, so selling and then getting back in. I think it's going to curl back up. If it double bottoms at 20 here, I'll take another long. It's just very volatile. Time, or well, 1 minute in. Maybe I sized down to 300 shares just in case, because that was close getting caught initially. COGT rejecting 32. But I don't think the short sellers have any strong levels to short again off of. This is why we still can't be too aggressive, because like I would think the stock would hold $9 and curl back to high of day, but you know, it's like the overall market sentiment, we're still weak in terms of being in a slower market. We're still in a slower market, and even the best A++ trade can still fail, which is unfortunately, you know, the reality. So we can't get emotionally tied ever. You know, one day I heard Ross say, I'm invested into this trade now. And it's like, when you hear that type of thing, you're at the mercies of the sea. You're at the mercies of the seas, man. I hope to never have to say that ever. You know, you're at the mercies of those seas, man. You know, Davy Jones' locker can get you if the thing don't go in the right direction. Well, the volume here is getting kind of high, man. 2.7 versus 1.4. It could be worth another dip, though. But I want to see it test like 12, the low of the flag, which was 12.12. If it tests 12.12 and we see green, I'll be long, looking for 40 for the sell. So can we see some selling pressure here? Can we see green? Alright, I'm in at 24, and I'll watch 40 for the sell. I want to see a bounce. 8, 9, making new lows. No good. No good. So bear flag breakdown. COGT at the highs again. I got so much of a ways to grow, man. I got a long way to go until I can say I'm an elite trader. Holy fudge. Hold up. Not the best trades. Oh, we got a high of 83. Jeez, man. Where is it? Where is it? Over 83, I'll be watching for the long. Man. Man, I can't wait for a hotter market, man. I already know exactly how I need to trade when the hotter market gets here. This is good, though. This is great. This is definitely great for what it is. It's great. Excellent. But do you guys see if I have better execution in that trade at 908, I'd be up $1,000 right now. Instead of instead of moving wild and watching trades like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm having a hard time with it. And once again, I mentioned it's not an easy one for the scalps. The dip trades have been doing me more justice. I'd watch 85 here if it comes down a little bit more. Patience, man. Patience. It's a good learning day, though. Minute 87 for the 1 minute dip. There's 97, 10 cents. Now back over high of day. Can we make the new high? We're seeing some sellers, so I'm watching for high of day at 10 to 10. Shit. Where am I at on this day, man? Yeah, I'm done on the day. That's it. I'm walking away. I'm done. I'm at my mental limit. I haven't been seeing anything. That's it. You know, it was. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this day. It's like, it was a good day. I mean, it's still a great day, but I guess I can't really use the term I want to use. There might be some of you guys watching out younger ones, you know. But holy smokes, man. Jeez, I'm out of here. I don't even care if this thing goes to the moon. That's it for me. I don't even want to see a stock moving right now, man. I'm out of here. I'm at my wit's end with this day. Of course, I have to go have a big $187 loss for no reason. And then I botched the trade at the lows. I need to come back Monday. I need to study and come back Monday. I don't even feel exhausted or anything, but my P&L is in at 40. I went after that 187 loss. I was green, I believe 409. Well, 396. Had a small trade on RDBX. I was green 407. After all of that, now I'm green 409. Yeah, that's the sign to just shut it down. Man, it's like, it's so easy and so hard at the same time. It's like, I knew exactly what I had to do. Hindsight, of course, will be 2020, but I trusted and believed that the level at 905 would hold. What did I do? I added early, botched the trade. How many times is it going to take for me to understand that I just have to stick to the plan? The plan was already in place even before the pullback. Why am I changing the plan midway? The plan is already there, man. Why am I changing the plan midway? Adding before the 5-minute candles, making the new high. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Do you guys see how much potential there is to be green? Man, I'm already doing the hard part, which is to scalp and be green. Here comes the beautiful dip trade, and I'm not holding it long enough. You know, I'm getting in high, not being patient enough. It's so simple, but so hard. You know, it's like, it's literally like a traffic signal. Green means go, yellow means slow down, red means stop. How many people do we see every day speeding through the yellow light? Even myself, I speed through the yellow light at times. Why am I speeding through the yellow light? The rules are already there. It's a matter of just sticking to the rules and then seeing the trade work out. If the trade happens to stop me out, no problem. it's great on one side because it's like there's so much opportunities and potential to be better. But on the other side, it's like, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing, man? What am I doing? So that's it for today. I don't want to see a stock again. I'll probably not do the recap until after the close. $400 today is good, but we have to be better. This market is offering us so much more. Why not be able to do better and let's say be better and let's say be slightly more efficient and maximize on the opportunities. We can't capture everything. We understand that, but I have a level of control and I feel like I didn't exercise enough of that today. There's been too many days like today, man. So I'm gonna shut it down. Be sure to check out the links down below, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. Um, let's see here. I'll post a few of the links. G Dub, thanks for the visuals down there, man. Thanks for the visuals. I'll post a few of the links and then I'll be out of here. Green is good, but just unbelievable, man. Big shout out to Momo Pro, Mometic. We had a lot of good stocks hitting the scans. All of our watch list stocks coming up today. Guys, code Relentless for 25% off. Not for one, not for two, but for 6 months. And by the way, 6 is my lucky number, right? 6 is my lucky number. Lucky number 6. Jared, I'm green 407, I believe. But, you know, we need to be better for next time, man. I kind of got frustrated at Redbox more than anything else because I gave that stock some legit trades to see nothing. It happened to me too many times this week where I'm in and out. I think mentally that I have good trades. I check my P&L. I'm only up $12. As a result of that, there were some great trades. There was one that I saw that was like a 20-cent trade. If I had a cushion, I would have been in that trade. I can't help but to think about that. And then it goes and goes and goes. And then, you know, it's like... I mean, it's part of trading. It's the emotions. You guys won't usually see me kind of get this flustered. I mean, I still feel pretty good. Just know that there's no level of this that will get me to do anything crazy. I'll shut it down before I get upset and do something wild, you know. But hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I look forward to seeing you guys here back on Monday morning. Be sure to check out the Instagram and Facebook pages as well. It's been Relentless Trader. So for LMD, Jared, take it easy, guys. Doug Lee, take it easy. Saigus, take it easy. Rocco, CS, John B, Sir Rocco, take it easy, guys. Ozzy, man, what a day. Landissimo, good to see you, man. Landissimo's in the building. Anthony. So if you're going the distance, continue to trade smart, continue to trade setups. It's been Relentless Trader, and I am signing out.